Welcome everyone to Unscripted Coding. Today we're going to talk about Microsoft Edge's new Copilot mode and generally AI web browsers. If you're in US and Canada, you could just go to this web page right now, just go into the link in the description and turn on Copilot mode, and you will be given this new page as well as this button at the top, which some of you might have enabled already. Of course, you recognize this kind of familiar interface. You can just start chatting as you've always been doing, but Copilot mode has a couple cool features. Certainly, there is this new modern homepage, which we don't care too much about, but the button is pretty handy. So if I go here and click the button, you will have a chat interface and it can tap into the web page right away. So if I ask for a summary, this is a very much GPT-like summary of the page. And this will carry through different pages as well. So I can start adding different pieces. So can you compare with this page? And it'll take the previous information we had from Copilot mode and also bring up Opera on the side. So that's not the only thing. What I found most helpful is this multi-tab context here. And so I have a separate web page here, separate browser window, in which I have 6 web pages. For Clair Obscure, this is a video game where you're trying to maximize your character builds. There are 6 different characters, and I would be browsing and I would have these different pages open. This is slightly contrived as an example, but I just want to know across all characters, what are the best weapons across all characters in Clair Obscure? And what it's going to recognize is that I have 6 tabs open that are already relevant. And so, if we take a look here, the characters have been summarized in a table. I don't necessarily know that this is the best way to do it, but if I just take a look here, Mael, her Acts 2 and 3 best weapons are Metalum, and of course it picked it up. It's quite fast in picking up all of these tabs, and as somebody who opens dozens and dozens of tabs, this is incredibly helpful. So that is one of the killer features, and then theming, don't really care too much about that. What is interesting is, and disappointing sadly, is that actions are available to pro users only. And so if I go into labs here and go to Copilot actions, this is what we're more thinking about when we talk about AI web browsing. What you would do is you would just say, order me a bouquet of flowers, and it's going to go through all of the pages. It's going to recognize a button, click the button, go to the next page, recognize, where to input your information, remember your information, and keep going. This is the crux of it. But we've seen this already in Opera, Neon, and now Perplexity Comet. You can get both of these. They're both on kind of wait lists, and they're all trying to do the same thing, which is passing it into an AI web browser, asking it for what command should come next. Now, if you think back about videos I've done in the past, you might be thinking this is very similar to Anthropic computer use or Gemini. Google Gemini has a similar process as well, but it is incredibly different because Anthropic had this computer use function. We tested it and it was slow as molasses. And that's because it is taking a screenshot of your screen, telling the mouse to go to a certain place, and each time it's taking a screenshot, it's going back to the AI and processing it, and image recognition just takes a bit longer. It's certainly faster than what we had before, but it's still very much agonizing. Now, if you think about Perplexity Comet and what I've seen so far, it is faster because it is passing text instead. When we look at a browser and we inspect, we see all of this code. You pass it into an AI as text. It's going to recognize that this button, for example, is well, not as clean as I thought it would be, but it is a button that AI can click. And with web browsers today, you can click the button with JavaScript, so it can issue commands as text as well. And that speeds things up quite a bit. And so none of these, Neon, Perplexity, or Edge, are blazing fast. I think they actually use that term. They're not. But they are significantly faster than the computer tool use, and the web browser is going to be a much better experience, and I think is the first thing that'll get very much agentic because there are so many web developers. We interact with so many things on the web that it makes sense that this is the entryway. Now, the other thing that I think should be pointed out is that some of these are probably even further streamlined. So potentially, I don't know this, but Edge and 1-800-Flowers might have connected to make sure that that particular flow works really, really well, that they're not going to make any breaking changes on their website, whatever it may be. But from what I've seen, I do have access to a pro mode on Edge, is that they're not ready yet. They're really not. There's a reason why Microsoft is calling this labs. There's a reason these are in waitlist. It's because they're not ready yet, but they're getting quite exciting because computer use was about a year ago, and the jump in time and progress by moving it into a web browser makes a lot of sense and has sped it up quite a bit. That said, I don't think we should sneeze on the features that are available free. I think having this tab on the side is really, really useful. I also think the killer feature for me is this idea that I can just search things across a tab. Because again, I frequently open 30, 50, 60 tabs with multiple windows and all of that during my research, and having it available quickly summarizing and finding where things are will be really, really helpful. So which tab did you find this from? Okay. And we can, of course, choose different models as well. There's the GPT-5, of course. Quick response is probably one of Microsoft's small models, but we have the tabs listed out as well. All right, I'm going to stop here. I just was quite excited because this is available generally to anyone, and I think it's worthwhile trying it. Thanks for watching, and we'll play around with something new next week. Bye.